Oh, well that is nice and convenient. That guy's just instantly kind of powering them up for me. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Autonauts with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our beautifully busy little base on this very planet. We are back, and we are back with sound. The issues are finally fixed. I literally reinstalled like all the audio drivers and everything else on my PC, and we're finally good to go again. It was a whole lot of a job to get this fixed, but you can finally hear game sounds again, which, you know, might be a benefit. And things are still very well rolling, I was going to say, until I kind of saw that everybody out here is totally out of power. So things are in fact not rolling all too well anymore, I guess. We will have to go and recharge some of these dudes on our own, because evidently the recharging bot ran out of power somewhere, and I am quite sure... Is it that one? Oh, it is that one. Okay, so he's... I don't know, maybe we just recharged him and he was standing in another bot. I don't know, but that one's fixed for the time being, and we will go and fix this up here too, as currently, as you can see, there's not really any sort of power in any of these bots, and we do sort of somewhat need all that food for these guys down below, which we technically, as you can see, don't really need that much anymore, because we are not researching anything. So, we'll have to go, take care of that today, get some research going once more, kind of see where we want to go with that, and most importantly, we will be plunking together even more Mark II bots to get the last steps through this entire process somewhat automated for ourselves. Maybe also expand that storage right here, because I still think it is too small. And well, hopefully sooner rather than later, we will finally have bots constantly and automatically flowing off the assembly lines. But just quickly, before we get started on all those things, if you're new around here and if you happen to enjoy this episode, please make sure to smash that subscribe button right down below. That would mean the absolute world to me. We're currently very well on our way to 1k subscribers, and every single person truly does help out a ton. Thank you so much if you do that, and without further ado, let's first things first, take care of whoever is out of power here. Very hidden away from sight, and also from any sort of reach of the bots. And then let us go and have a quick look into here. No, not into here, into there. Because we will, first things first, define a research target so we don't have that cornus wolf wasted all the time, and we can actually do something with the food that we're harvesting. After all, the further we get with our research while we do this automated bot assembly, the better, because the more tasks we will have once we're done with that. Now, I think the last thing that we had was farming technology, which is hopefully going to be quite nice and fun. The question kind of being, where do we want to go next? We do have the clay stuff here in the pots, which would be nice, but I've still got to find clay thus far, so not an option just yet, I would say. We have technically found some raw cotton. I'm not sure where I left that, to be honest. I've seen sheep previously, I think, so you'd probably be able to share that off someone, but we've got other tasks still on our mind, so we'll probably delay that, and cereal should be potentially doable quite easily. Well, easily is kind of also a please define now thing. We've got waste stuff here, mechanical frame saw. I mean, there's some cool things out here too. These, I would imagine, would really... I think we're going for these. Do you know why? Do you remember, like, all these issues that we have in terms of making enough planks, making enough poles, and upgrading the bots about 3 times in a row? That thing may solve it for us. So I am quite tempted to go for that. We will only need a crude axe. That said, we apparently need to upgrade this thing for that purpose. A rough stone block. Yeah, okay, we will have to stop that upgrade. We will have to take care of that upgrade in a later episode then. We have not got that going, of course, just yet. I mean, it's probably not going to be the hardest thing in the world, because we probably only need this mason bench here and need to kind of chisel some stone apart to kind of make it fit for our purpose. So we'll get it going soon, but not just yet. Now we've got basic flooring, for which we need sand, which I don't have. We've got plant breeding, which we don't have yet. Just need a tree seed for that. Maybe we just do that for now. I mean, basic walls would be another kind of sort of topic. I think we're going to do that first, to be honest. I mean, you know, I'm not sure, like, in which way we're going to need them. Thus far, we only needed floors for the kind of automations that we're doing here that are a bit more advanced, but, you know, potentially we'll need walls eventually as well. So, we're gonna go do that. Let's go basic walls and grab a log from down here and plunk that in there real quick. Another thing that I've actually just remembered, there's cereal seeds. We don't actually have cereal anymore. We could go and harvest that. Another thing that is on my mind for like the last bajillion years is this backpack. I think we are, before we go back to up here, we are finally now going to go and get ourselves a backpack. Because I do want some more space in my inventory to work with. It's hopefully going to make the one thing or another quite a lot more convenient when we have some extra slots down here to use. So let's go grab that, equip it on our back, and there you go. There's our little backpack right there. We've got a little scooter, we've got a little backpack, and we've got our university hat. Absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, we do now have 2 backpack slots, so that's great. Because, you know, for example, our crafting recipe, if it would have been 4 planks, 2 poles, we could have just grabbed 2 poles, put them in the backpack, grabbed 4 planks. We had everything in one go. So that's kind of why I wanted to have that badly. And well, hopefully it's going to be very, very nice for us. Didn't know you could zoom out so far, you can see the clouds even. But that said, let us go and look at this. This guy down here, for example, does not have the crude wheels that he is requiring currently. So we will make those for him because we do want to get him a body that does that for him. That said, we are missing 1 entire plank for that purpose. So let's get that plank. And then we'll proceed on this. But yeah, so I mean, this basically is the first thing that we're going to tackle. I think literally the next thing on our list is going to eventually... have to be to get the stone shaping stuff underway, because I really want that other workbench that we saw there. I think that's greatly going to help down there. The issue being also with that one, it seems that it needs more space, and it's probably going to require flooring. So hopefully we do still have enough space down here and we don't have to move everything to another spot because we're out of space. We'll see about that as we go, I guess. This may be our recharging bot right there, so we'll just quickly take care of him. Or this, I don't know. One of them is going to go and get... yeah, that was the recharging bot. And on we go. So, this guy should... yes, he's made us a bot drive. I mean, in fact, he's already made 3, which is quite crazy. We do have a bot head right here, too. Which is interesting. I guess we made that one ourselves, because I don't remember actually putting a bot there just yet. Then we've got a bot body Mark II right there. I think the first thing that we need a Mark II bot on, though, is this task down here. Because the fixing pegs, they are... well, I mean, they're technically flowing fast enough, because we've turned off these guys down there, but... you know, that's probably not going to stay that way. I mean, technically, actually, we can turn all these guys back on, because we're going to need all these parts once more. Another thing, before we turn these guys back on, one of you, in the comments down below, I think we've talked about this in the last episode, right? Where dueross is his name. Hope I didn't butcher that once more. He told me now how to pronounce it properly, because I very gloriously butchered it the last times. But he told me about this button down here. And the very interesting thing is that you get the option here to change these thingies. So I can just take from plank storage till hands are full, for example, or we could just accidentally delete something, and yeah. We can take from plank storage, for example, till hands are full, and just save ourselves a lot of these operations, which is absolutely beautiful, because that means that we can now actually get so much space in the spot's brain that we can allow him to put the panels himself into this panel storage, which is very, very essential, because that means that when this panel storage is full, he will actually stop working, as opposed to before he would have just continued stacking things up, and we would have had to put things, well, to turn him off eventually, right? So we're going to do that. We're actually going to reprogram him here, first time ever with this new principle. I really wanted to try that. So, the issue is I've already kind of broken this thing, so what we are going to do So we're going to delete it all, and we're just going to re-record it entirely. So, for this thing, he will need 1 square frame. The thing is, actually, if we stop this and we trade with him, you can see that he has got 6 slots in his hands. So the question will be... Until hands not empty... Okay, so it's until... Okay, so the thing that I don't think you can say is until you have, like, 4 in your hand or something, right? It's until full or until empty. So that may be an issue with these Mark II bots for me, because, for example, for some of these recipes, of course, you only need 4. Or you only need 2. So, in those cases, we'll kind of have to think about it, I suppose, how we're going to do it. Because until hands full is not going to work. Until hands empty is going to work, though. So we could just go... Put it into the table until your hands are empty, which is 2 operations as opposed to 4 times putting it in, which is glorious. So we can save some there. In the picking up with the Mark IIs, I guess we can't save it unless there is an operation that allows us to pick up a specific amount. In which case, dueross, you know, feel free to let me know. Would absolutely appreciate that. But we will now, for the time being, go and get all these operations going. And then we can kind of take care of the rest of things. So, we will go and first things first, pick up a square frame. So, move to square frame storage, take. Put there. Then, actually, wait, we can save even more. We can, no, we cannot. Oh, okay. Let me stop that for a second. We're going to go and interrupt this and put it back into the square frame storage. I was thinking, you know, we could actually do more. But, I mean, he does technically have a backpack storage. Can I tell him to put something into his backpack? Yeah, that's not going to make things easier necessarily. Okay, we're just going to do things like this. Because, I mean, it's different items. So we're just going to tell him to take, put. Then we're going to tell him to take 4 planks. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, as I previously said, cannot do until hands are full, because he's going to take 6, which doesn't really work for us, right? So, we will go and only do the move to plank storage once, as per usual. Take from plank storage 3 times, no, 4 times rather. And then we will go to the workbench, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will go and move to structural workbench. All these can go. And these here, we can just do that. Now, the one thing that I don't know... How do I just select, like, a specific operation? Aha! Okay. Repeat until hands empty and to structural workbench. And that's that. And that is 2 operations right there instead of 4. Which is glorious. I love that. So, now, what will we need next? We will need fixing pegs. So, you go to this thing. Take 4, as per usual. Only move there once, of course. And then, same deal. We will go do that 4 times, but we only need to move to that structural workbench once. Once, I say. Right. And we take all these away. We go and put repeat until hands are empty. And to structural workbench 4. And that's just 1 operation right there. Absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, I mean, we've got 8 KB free now, so he can easily take this panel, put it in there, repeat it all, and we're still going to be good on memory, which is absolutely glorious. And we can do this to all the bots, so this is going to make things so much easier, and every single bot is basically going to be able to do so much more, which is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to using this more. Absolute life changer. I never thought of that. I don't know why, but I never thought of it, so thank you so much for that. We will go... With all that done, take this thing, put it there, right, find, move to pickup, move to panel storage, add to panel storage, done, and then We do this, repeat forever, and we're good to go. Isn't it beautiful? It is so awesome. I'm loving it. So, that is great. Now we can get this little guy back going, and we can... Oops, sorry, didn't want to pick you up, buddy. We can probably see him thrive and actually do everything beautifully and perfectly for us. So, it's hopefully going to be great. Look at that. He already placed all those 4 thingies there. Already placed all the 4 fixing pegs. That's the thing done. That's the thing picked up. That's it put in. Done. And once that's full, due to this change, he's just going to stop. Absolutely glorious, I think. Now, all these guys just ran out of power outside of the range of any recharge bots, which is always glorious. So, you know, let me fix that, I guess. And there we go. That's the production just going for us. I'm loving it. So, we are going to need another 1, 2, 3, 4 Mark II bots, ideally. So, that is going to be a bit of work. We do technically nearly have all the bot drives, at least, that we need, which is usually the most complex part. So, glad that we took that on. But, can I actually put that there? No, I cannot. Okay. It's too much volume, I guess. I think this has, like, 4 hands of volume, basically. So, maybe on a more advanced backpack, we could do that. Now, what we are going to do, basically, is we're going to go and prepare all the parts for these Mark II bots and plunk them together. And once that's done, we're pretty much good to go in fully automated production, which is going to be glorious. We're going to have to see, in terms of like fixing peg production and stuff, if we can keep up in the very end. I hope so, very much. Probably going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, but let's see. I mean, everything runs full at some point, right? And when things kind of just backlog, because we have so many robots and so many parts and everything, that's probably the point where life is going to be very nice and chill, and we're not going to have to worry about that anymore. So, we'll see about that. For now, we're just going to make all the parts that we want. I think I'm literally going to make all the parts now for 4 of these bots as well, so we can pretty much just kind of steam through with the rest of the implementation. I mean, all the sort of front end of this production is now set up, so the good thing is we do just have the parts flowing in for us, literally. And that's going to make things a lot easier, at least until the fixing pegs are gone. And you can see this storage was full a second ago. It's already at half. So you can see just how insane amounts of fixing pegs we are pulling for this stuff. It is really, really quite crazy. So we'll see. We'll definitely put a Mark II bot to the task. If it isn't sufficient, I guess we can put a second Mark II bot to the task eventually. Or just, you know, this list like Mark 1. As a little on-top feature or something. We'll see one way or another, you know. At least it is running for now. And, you know, we do have a lot of polls going for ourselves too, which is beautiful. Now, that is the last bot body going for us. We are also quickly going to grab some planks to make this guy one more set of crude wheels so I can get that last drive going. We are definitely going to need that as well, of course. There we go. Gonna throw those in there for him. And then we've got the heads. So the heads, we already have 1, which means 3 to go. And then we're pretty much finally done with all the bots for this implementation. I do have to say, now, like, the last bit here, honestly, is going quite fast in terms of producing the Mark II bots now. I mean, I think we can really feel that things are going a lot quicker than previously, just really due to the sole fact that, we've got everything set up, right? Everything's flowing in. The panel production, the square frame production, everything was so tough previously. And these Mark II bots just work so much faster than me. It is glorious. I'm absolutely loving it. There's the basic wall research already done, which is great. I guess we can also do the breeding research then. Let us quickly maybe do that. I think we only really needed a tree seed for that. I don't want to be wasting colonist warfare still. So we're going to do that, and that can kind of proceed. In the meanwhile, we need another 2 tree seeds for this head. It's going to be the 3rd one done. And then we're going to be good to go in a second. I'm really loving just how much quicker this is going, honestly. The one thing that I also just kind of sprung to my mind is that we will... Oops. 1 too little, I guess, picked up. We will also have to keep in mind that we do need to get some recharging bots going for this area. I think this one is kind of covering a tad bit of that too. But overall, Gonna need a recharge bot for these guys. They are gonna run out of energy at some point. I've got no clue when, to be honest. I don't think any of these Mark II bots have yet run out of energy out here. The Mark II for the logs has, but everything else, not really. So, I guess we will see for how long that trend keeps going. For the time being, it seems to be quite a sustainable one, though. What I also have to say, by the way, this guy is way too slow, too. We need a Mark II for that role too, evidently. So, oh! Well, that is nice and convenient. That guy's just instantly kind of powering them up for me. I guess that works, you know. Even the powering up, the initial powering up of the bots is automated at this point. I like that, most certainly. So, I can literally just chunk these guys off the assembly line, and that guy is gonna instantly take care of them for me. Beautiful. We're literally gonna do that. We're just gonna produce all 4 of these guys. And then this part should be pretty much good to go. And then we should have a nice inflow. I mean, we have got the final assembly to take care of. For the start, honestly, it's like by far the easiest point. So we could do it on ourselves. When we get another Mark II bot, we'll take care of it. Or when we get another 2. Because I think the first one's going to go down here for the planks. And yeah, that's that. So, 4 Mark II bots ready to go. 1 to here, 1 to there, 1 to there, and 1 to down there. Which you can see, we're already out of fixing pegs. Didn't take long at all, did it? Absolutely mad. So, first things first, I guess let's do the crude wheels before we're out of planks. Hey buddy, come with me. You can click the wrong button as per usual. You can take 1, 2, and not wait, not move to. Take from plank storage, move to plank storage, take. Right. No, you actually need 4. God. You can see just like we're literally... we've got 8 planks. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, and then, I mean, we're going to put it here. We're going to do with the repeat until hands are empty, because why not? May as well always save some capacity there, so, you know. I mean, honestly, also, there's, like, going to be... No. I mean, you don't really need to save the capacity. We're going to do it anyways, because why in the world not? Removing all these, basically, we're going to go put a repeat until hands empty. We're going to remove all these. Boom. So nice. It is so nice. It's just so much better than before, I'm telling you. And then we're, of course, going to go and take all these. Going to only move to this once. Doing the repeat until hands empty doesn't really save us a capacity here, so we're literally just going to remove that. It's going to be 2 one way or another, right? It's a repeat and it's an add 2, so going to keep things like that. Technically, we don't need the move to. I'm going to leave it anyways, because honestly, we've got 3 KB remaining. It's totally fine. That's that. Things done. Get going, buddy. Have fun. Now, what is going to be another interesting one here, honestly? I really want to quickly just upgrade that storage. Maybe not. Maybe not with that amount of planks. I mean, Jesus Christ. There's nothing left. Not a single bit. That is just absolutely insane. Okay, I guess, worst case, we can always help ourselves to some planks, because that seems to be the only option here. Wow, it's insane, isn't it? Oh, what I'm thinking of, by the way, I think this little guy down here, he's got 6 spaces in his hands, so we, with the take until hands are full thing, we could actually fill up all his hands, and he could actually carry 3 logs instead of 2. So that would speed up this process a bit, I guess, hopefully. Would very much allow us to have some more logs coming in. Yeah, so this guy here, it's kind of going to stand still till I build the remainder of these blueprints. So I guess we do quickly have to fix this issue too before that kind of stops him from going. Otherwise, oh, absolutely beautiful. Look at the amount of bots we've got going down there for us. I'm loving that too, honestly. That's very, very nice indeed. So, let us go. Take another 2 logs real quick. And we're going to go and plunk that together. In fact, I think the logs he may only be able to carry 2. All these guys are out of tools again as well, which is always great. I don't know, something about that tool supply, like the automatic tool supply that we built for these guys also seems kind of broken. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not all too happy about it, so we'll have to see. Oh, maybe it's just this tool supply guy actually being out of power. Could be a reasonable explanation, could it? Is that the guy that was supplying tools? Oh, it is. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, that explains it all. Guys should be good to go again in just a second. But beautiful. I think we've made some incredible progress this episode. Honestly, just even starting with the repeat function that we now are using way better than before. We've also got all the Mark II bots going to finally get this automated assembly going. There's another 3 left to program, which shouldn't take us too long. I mean, fixing pegs are very nice and easy. You know, we've got heads and bodies, which are also not too terrible. And then we are going to be good to go. So, very much looking forward to that. We're going to take care of that and more in the next episode. For today, this has been it. I hope you all very much enjoyed the episode. As usual, if you did, please make sure to hit that like button right down below. That does always help out the channel a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider smashing the subscribe button right down below, as well as that bell icon, in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. But with all that out of the way, as usual everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one very soon. Ciao.